What's up, YouTube family? We out here in these Newark streets with my girl Rashida. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Rashida, introduce yourself to the YouTube family.
Hello, YouTube family. I'm Rashida. They call me, they know I'm known as Rashida in the streets. I was born in Newark, New Jersey, in the Weekway section. Right now, I'm in East Orange. Okay, but I live in Orange. Me, my daughter, and my two grandsons. So, hello.
Okay, Rashida. Where did you go to school at?
I went to school in Newark, starting from preschool. Okay, all the way up to 8th grade. Went to George Washington Carver, Maple Avenue, and I graduated from George Washington Carver, ready to go to Weekway, which was the high school. Okay, I loved the band. I used to hear the band because, I grew up the street from Elizabeth Avenue, and in Lehigh. So, when I hear the band, boom, 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 I would follow them, all the way up to the up to the school and everything.
Okay, shout out to Weekway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was looking so forward to going to Weekway so much that I used to play hooky up in Weekway. Yeah. But I wound up going into Virginia Beach, and I didn't want to go, but
You wound up moving to Virginia Beach?
yeah, I wanted to go to Virginia Beach. Me, my mother, my stepfather, and my sister. Okay, because my stepfather's job had transferred down to Virginia Beach. I didn't want to go, but she was like, well, where I go, you're going because I'm the mother, and I had to say so. And I was like, my grandmother was the only one that agreed, well, if she really want to stay, she can stay with me and go to school. And my mother told me, I wouldn't dare do that to my mother because they all said, I was bad when I was little, but, I didn't think I was that bad, but they say ride the bike up and down the street, I'm all the way around the corner, things like that. I loved the streets, I couldn't wait to get home. I want to go to Zanzibar. I want to go out, looking up to my aunt, my mother's youngest sister, looking at her and her friends getting ready to go out, putting on the tricolor makeup, the mahogany lipstick, and I just be like, oh, I can't wait, But me and my sister, we was opposite. My sister, she didn't go outside and play. She stayed in the house, all into her books and everything. So we were totally opposite. And by the grace of God, I'm so proud of her. Right now she's in Mexico. She was the valedictorian of Weekway. Got a scholarship to go to any college she wanted to. She's doing great. Me, I fell for the streets. Matter of fact, I didn't even go to high school because when I went down to Virginia, I was prejudiced. I didn't really know any better because up here, I was used to black students, black teachers, and then, around 4th, 5th grade, I think that's when maybe Roots came out, but when I went down there, looking at the white folks and everything, and then I was, I didn't know any better, and when the school bus, my mother told me, well, the school bus was coming to pick me up, I was like, oh, now they put me on a retarded bus, because up here, they used to call it, the yellow bus, but, in reality, the school bus was because the school was 4 miles away.
Okay.
High school started at 10th grade, between 10th and 12th. So 9th grade, you went to junior high. And I didn't make it through 9th grade.
Okay. So let's just start here. How old are you?
I'm 54.
54.
I was born in August 1967.
Okay. So from there, you came back to Newark, and you've been here ever since.
Well, I was 18, I think. Okay, and I wound up coming from Princess Anne County Jail because
Okay.
I went down there and not intentionally, but I cut up terribly.
When you
Okay,
say cut up, explain to our
I
YouTube
went.
family what you mean by cut up.
I cut up. I went down there. And and in my mind, I said, I'm gonna find me a ghetto. And I just because I wanted to be, like I said, it was something about the streets that looked like it was fun and whatever. And
Okay. So how was your childhood growing up? Would you say you had a fair childhood, or how was your childhood? What was your childhood like?
you know what?
Was there any
My childhood was fair. My mother, she didn't co-sign. May she rest in peace. She didn't co-sign any of my books. Okay, and like I learned when it comes to being a mother, it doesn't come with instructions. You just do the best you can. Because my mother, I had a good mother. Okay, and I'm pretty sure she did the best that she could with me. But I was I was hard-headed.
so
I did what I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and and I wound up being down there, and unfortunately, I took a blast of cocaine, and I was 16 years old,
so
and
that's when your drug use started at the age of 16?
if that's what you want to call drug use, because I took my first drink at 8.
Okay, so you took your first drink at 8. How was that even possible?
I mean, I grew up in a 3-family house, and it was my aunts and uncles. And back then, that's when people were selling loose joints, and some of my family, my uncle sold joints, and I found some, and experimented.
Okay,
With the drink.
so you took your first drink at 8. You took your first blast of cocaine at 16. So growing up, did you experience any like molestation?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact,
Was it a family member?
I went through a lot with that as I was coming up. Like
Was it penetration or fondle?
Well, like I said, I went through a lot of things when I was young. There was a family member that did some fondling, and then there was a neighbor, that told me to come next door. They got a bike, come see it, and pulled out his penis. I'm like, here, put your mouth on it, and I'm looking, and I just bit down, and he screamed, and I ran out and went in the house. And at that time, my mother was working, okay, and my grandmother was watching me because it was weekend. So, and I just ran. When that happened, I ran. I was supposed to have been out in front of the house out there playing. So, but when that happened, I ran in the house, went upstairs, and I just sat down by the TV, and I didn't say anything to anybody. I didn't tell anybody, and now that I sit back and I know how I felt, okay, so I have a lot of understanding, like when something like that has happened to youngsters, and the first thing people say, why didn't you say nothing? Why did it go on? But I know when it happened to me, like I said, I went up in the house and just sat down by the TV, okay, and act like and just stared at it and didn't say anything. I felt ashamed. I felt ashamed, that it happened to me, and then, and I would think I was like maybe about 8, maybe 8.
I'm so sorry to hear that. So, what are your drug of choice?
My drug choice was cocaine.
cocaine, nothing else?
My drug of choice was cocaine, but you know,
No heroin? No fentanyl?
unfortunately, I wind up, you know, getting into heroin, weed, okay, drinking, coke.
So if somebody in your family was to come across this video, what would you want to say to them?
You know what? My family loves me, okay, and right to this day, okay, the family that I do have left, okay, the ones that's closest to me, because almost, you know, all the family that we were close knit is in Evergreens and Hillside in the cemetery. Okay, so right now it's me, my sister, my daughter, you know, my brother, my aunt, the one that you know, me and her both was the bad apples. You know, she was the one that, you know, like glorified the heroin, you know, and everything. If she see this, you know, she might get mad, but I'm keeping it real. You know,
Okay.
it is what it is. You know.
So are you planning to do something different in your life to change your life and the situation that you're in currently? Are you homeless?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm homeless. Okay.
Do you have your own apartment, house?
It's not mine. Okay. Right
So
now,
currently you are homeless.
Well, it's me. I stay, me, my daughter, and my grandchildren. Right. You know. I mean, I don't have, by the grace of my higher power, okay, I don't have to sleep out in the streets. I don't have to be out, you know, sleep here and there, you know. But my daughter, my sisters, you know, you know, matter of fact, my daughter kind of snapped on me yesterday. They want me back, you know, and you know, and when my mother passed away. Okay, she had pancreatic cancer, and oh man, she knew it for a year. She didn't tell anybody, you know, and you know, all the signs and everything was there. And if I could have took it back, I really I wanted her to see me clean before she left. And, you know, if she was like, you know, because being a parent, they look for us to bury them, you know, they look to go before we do. And I definitely, you know, I mean, you know, she did come and she was saying little things because, unfortunately, my daughter, my mother had temporary custody of my daughter when she was 7 because the lady across the hall where me and my daughter's father was staying called diapers and said, oh, it's prostitution, gambling, and drug activity going on across the hall from me, which was a lie.
Are you currently prostituting?
No.
What do you do to get drugs? What is your hustle to get drugs?
Well, I have an income. I have an income, okay. And you know, I know how to flip money here and there, but when I do, it's not mainly always for drugs, you know. And by the grace of my higher power, right about now, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm really tired. You know, I've been tired. You know, and I'm right now as we speak. My intentions. I'm on my grind, but I need to step it up ASAP. You know, as fast as I can. I don't have no room for pausing. You know, because here I am 50. It's like, you know, one of my character defects is procrastination, of putting it off. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week, and then that basically is caused, you know, from the drugs. Okay.
So if you had,
I'm working on myself.
okay, so we're gonna wrap this up. So if you had anything that you wanted to say to these young girls out here and the youth, that's going down the path that you went down at an earlier age, what would you tell them?
Ask me that again.
If if you had any advice for the youth, the young ladies that's coming up today, and the youth, what is some advice you would say to them?
Boy.
You would give them. I'm sorry.
You know what? I would tell them that all that, like my mother, when she used to tell me, one thing that you'll never, ever have a lot of in life, I don't care how cool you think you are, how pretty you are, how good you look, how much money you have, is real, true friends. All, don't, okay? Because that's very rare. And so always don't be a follower, don't try to lead a whole lot, keep the focus on yourself, be you, and because it's so easy to get lost. Let me see how I'm saying. It's so easy to get lost to the streets.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
So, and when I was coming up, how about, as they didn't. I didn't hear. Don't say no to drugs. They listen. Not that I didn't. I was. I didn't. I knew not to smoke a cigarette, not to do drugs. But I know one thing about me. I'm just thankful that that I'm not found yet, but I'm definitely not lost.
Okay, Rashida, it was definitely nice talking to you, and I appreciate me and the YouTube family for giving us your time, and we appreciate this, and you have a blessed day.
You too, and Lee, you know what? I'm going to give you my number. I want you to keep in touch. Because
Okay.
like I said, I'm really getting ready to get on my grind, and I want you to keep in touch with me, and so people can see how maybe I can see what I'm doing and how I did it. So.